Hey everybody, Izzy here, getting ready to jump into episode 13, the lucky number 13. Can you believe it's gone on this long already? I can't. Well, actually I can, because that was my plan from the beginning. Just do 13 episodes and quit. No, I'm just kidding. Getting into that episode in just a little bit, and yes, there will be talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame debacle that surrounds the Masked Menudo. The Masked Marauders, our favorite makeup-wearing band, and that would be Kiss. But that's just in a little bit. Want to swing a quick thank you to my sponsor, Rockstar Leatherworks. Check them out, rockstarleatherworks.com. Custom, handmade watches and leather bands. Kick-ass stuff, high-quality gear. You buy one, you'll want to buy more because the shit is just that damn good. rockstarleatherworks.com. Little other house cleaning here. Hairball will be, well, March 1st, Saturday, March 1st. There is their next gig. That will be at the Myth in Maplewood, Minnesota. Kind of a homecoming gig for them. They don't play in the Minneapolis area quite too often. Friday, March 7th, Clear Lake, Iowa at the Surf Ballroom, the infamous, the one and only Surf Ballroom. And March 8th in Milwaukee at the Potawatomi Casino. It's a casino in Milwaukee with a very hard name to pronounce. Potawatomi? I don't know, something like that. You'll also catch me hosting as one of the celebrity hosts on the Monsters of Rock cruise. That one is sold out, and something very special is going to be happening also on that cruise. I will be hosting an open jam for all you Minnesota people, jerk jam style, as close as I can get it. But it will not be any particular open jam. It will be a Kiss jam. That's right. Be rocking out Kiss tunes. And if everything works out correctly, I think we're going to have some of the artists jamming with us. Be very, very cool for all the cruisers to be able to jam with some of the bands that are on there. Or some of the musicians that are on there, I should say, from those bands. Also hosting karaoke not only on the Monsters Cruise, but the Cruise to the Edge, which is the Yes Cruise. Yes, Queensryche and a bunch of other prog bands. And Pamela Moore. Is that her name? The gal that was Sister Mary on that Queensryche record. That Operation Mindcrime. Yeah, she's performing on there also with a whole bunch of other bands. There are still cabins available for that, so get on that, cruisetotheedge.com. Also, limited cabins available yet on the Moody Blues cruise. Moody Blues, the orchestra featuring ELO, Roger Daltrey, Little River Band. That's going to be a blast also. Tickets are, like I said, limited availability on that. That is moodyscruise.com. If you want to get on there and cruise the South Caribbean, or at least the Caribbean, leave from South Florida, Miami area. It's going to be a good time. All right, let's get in it. Episode number 13, the lucky one. It is another fucking podcast.
You kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games, don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 13 of another fucking podcast. It is good to be back. Lots of shit going on, especially in the Kiss world, but I'll get to that in a second because I have a couple announcements about guests coming up. Well, I was hoping to have Michael Grant from LA Guns and End Ever After here this week, but scheduling conflicts just did not work this time. But we will have him on soon. I promise he will be on the show at some point. Of course, End Ever After, that beautiful little intro music that I have there. Not that elevator music. The rock music that comes before that. Baby, baby, baby. off of their Kiss or Kill record. But I just confirmed today that next week, I am stoked about this, in studio right here in the Hurt Locker, I will have the one and only Billy Vera. Yeah, from Billy Vera and the Beaters. Remember the song, At This Moment? It's on Family Ties. Huge hit in the 80s. 15 weeks at number 1. I was digging into his past a little bit, and that man has a very deep, long career in entertainment. And we're going to get into all of that. That guy was not just a one-hit wonder, and I cannot wait to sit down and talk to him about his career and all the cool shit that he's done and all the cool shit that he's doing. He's got another band also. He still plays with the Beaters, but he has another band. It's Billy Vera and the Big Band. I believe that's the name of it. They do like big band swing type stuff. Very, very cool. So I cannot wait to have him in. So if you have any questions for Billy, feel free to hit me up on the Facebook page, facebook.com/another effing podcast. You should go there and click the like button anyways if you have not already. And then hit me up on Twitter also, Izzy_Presley. And of course the website, izzypresleyproductions.com. You can contact me through the website. Also, March 23rd, the week before I go on the cruises, I will be joined by the one and only DJ Will from Kanak. He will be in studio. And we're going to be talking a lot of Monsters of Rock cruise because he is also one of the celebrity hosts on that cruise. Cannot wait to hang out with him. He also DJs up at the Rainbow on Friday and Saturday nights down here in beautiful Southern California. The infamous rock and roll club, the Rainbow. Oh, wait. I forgot. I didn't do this last week because I had the guests from the SoCal Bulldog Rescue in the studio. And make sure you check them out, too. If you didn't listen to it last week, go ahead and go back and listen to the show. I had a couple gals on from the SoCal Bulldog Rescue. And talking about bulldogs and what they do, it was a very fun interview. Cool to hear about those gorgeous little dogs. Oh, I want one so bad. I will name him Lemmy, and I will give him a spiked collar. So, anyways, ceremonial in the honor of the one and only Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh yeah, that's a silver bullet right there. That is a Coors Light. I'm gonna wash down that shot of Jack Daniels I just had. Yeah, I'm not a sober host. Well, I'm sober, but I'm not a drunk host. Yeah, I like to have a beer now and then. It's fun. Also, I have a new agreement. I'll announce that next week, but I have a brand new business venture that I'm rolling into as far as Izzy Presley Productions goes. A very cool little partnership, I should say. We will get into that, well, next week because it actually officially hasn't been announced yet. So, but I'm very, very excited about it to have to be working with these people. I cannot wait. It's going to be glorious. If you've been paying attention to the Facebook page, which you should have been, if you like it, and you should like it, Facebook.com/another effing podcast. I posted a couple stories, one about a not so thin gal with a couple illegitimate children who is making her living off welfare and bragging about it. And also about a gal in Austin, Texas who was jogging and jaywalked and got arrested because she didn't have an ID on her. But with all of the Kiss news, the Kiss drama that has happened over the weekend, well, there's going to be a large portion of the show talking about that. Also, I'm going to spin a track from a band called Delta Rose. Caught them a couple months back over at the House of Blues. Kick-ass rock and roll band. Old school rock and roll. Hard rock. The way it should be. It's glorious. I'm going to spin a track from those guys later on in the show. But the matter at hand. Friday afternoon, Eddie Trunk announced that Ace Frehley would be calling into his show to give an update to break some news about the Kiss Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction and what would be going on. I had a bad feeling from the start. I really did, because I think you'll know from, the couple shows right after the Hall of Fame announcement came that Kiss was going in, that I had a bad feeling it would turn into another Guns N' Roses Van Halen debacle. And right away, it seemed like it wouldn't. It seemed like they were all saying the right things. And then weeks passed, and Paul Stanley on Twitter said, we'll never play with them. Gene pretty much said the same thing. And, of course, yelling at the fan. Well, he replies in all caps. It's just what he does because it gets noticed. As Gene, me. Notice me. Kind of a basketball mentality. But he pretty much said the same thing too. Telling fans, get your own band. Don't tell us what to do. Blah, 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 blah. And I know Kiss fans like me, all we want is to see them on stage one more time. We're not asking for a reunion tour. We're not asking for anything like that. We just want to see Kiss on stage together. Ace Frehley, Peter Criss, Gene Simmons, and Paul Stanley playing a couple songs honoring the fact that they finally got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Well, I'm just going to go to Ace's release first. Well, these are cuts. I'm not going to play anything off of Eddie's show because I got respect for Eddie. And I'm not going to steal anything and play any clips from his show, but I'll read it. Be happy to read it. This was Friday night, February 21st. I'm not going to try to do Ace's voice either because Ace's voice rules. When I read his book, it's all I could hear him narrating it to me. That's kind of what made it even more awesome. This is Ace on Eddie Trunk. I don't think Kiss fans are going to be excited and happy about the news because at this juncture, Gene and Paul have decided to perform with Tommy and Eric. And it seems like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is going along with it. Continued on to say later on, if I'm not going to put on the makeup and do a 3-song reunion for the fans, then what am I going to do? And right now, I don't even know if I'm going to go or going to show up for the show. Show up for that, I don't know, and at this point, I really don't give a shit. I really don't care. It's like enough already. You don't want to do something for the fans after 40 years of them supporting you? That is a very small clip from Ace's interview, and I'll post the whole interview up on the Facebook page. I think I might have already, or I might have done it on my Facebook page, but Ace he's mad. And he's sick of it. And I think a lot of Kiss fans are too. Because all we wanted was a simple 3-song reunion at the place that we got them. If it wasn't for the fans making a stink over all these years, if it wasn't for people like Eddie Trunk, if it wasn't for people like Mike, Mitch, and Tommy on the 3 Sides of the Coin podcast, the Kiss podcast. If you haven't listened to that, take a listen to that. It's should be interesting when they get into this topic now. But if you can't do that for the fans, just once. We're not asking for a reunion tour. We're not asking for any of that. And you're not going to do it for us. If you go to IzzyPresleyProductions.com, you can read my article that I wrote, read my post. Just click on the latest news, and it'll be the first thing on there. See a nice little ass with Daisy Duke shorts with the Kiss Army patch on the ass. Also, well, before I get into what Peter said, Eddie told Ace that a couple hours before the show, he got a call from the production director for the stage show for the Hall of Fame, and he laid it on him. He said it's going to be Kiss with Eric Singer and Tommy Thayer. That's just how it is. I'm surprised that the Hall is going along with that, because the people that are getting inducted are not Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer. Not that they don't deserve to be. I mean, they're part of the band. They have been for a while now. They deserve to be. And I think we all know the problems with it. It's not about them personally. It's them and their makeup, blah, 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 blah. We know that. We've covered that. But from the Hall's point of view, if I'm the Hall of Fame, I'm pissed. Because we finally put in Kiss, this band that we did not want to put in. Finally giving them their shot, because the fans would not shut up. And now you're not going to perform with the original members of the band, which is the version that we're inducting. Because it's not Kiss as a whole. It's the original version of the band. Ace Frehley, Peter Criss, Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons. That's who's getting inducted. And the Hall wanted the original band to come and play 3 songs, full makeup, honor the 40 years. 40 years. 40 years we have been supporting this band. Through the good times and through the bad. Through albums that people thought weren't so great. Through eras that people thought weren't so great. I love it all. Well, I don't like the new stuff. It sounds forced. But, and again, that has nothing to do with Tommy or Eric. Nothing at all. Because I love all versions of the band. But now, Ace wanted to come out and say this because the tickets go on sale on Monday. It's Sunday right now, and I'm sure a lot of you will hear this tomorrow. So, and past that. So you'll hear it when the tickets are already on sale. I know Eddie said something about he had a friend that was going to buy a $650 ticket to go see this, but now he's not because Kiss isn't performing. And if it's some kind of work, oh yeah, we'll get into that Kiss not performing thing in a second. But if this is some kind of work, wait, I'll get into that in a little bit too. I want to read Peter's statement also, because Peter's wife called Eddie and told him that it's okay to read this, or okay to post this on the air, or on his website, I should say, EddieTrunk.com. Check it out. A lot of insightful stuff about what's going on. This is from Peter Criss, from his website, petercriss.net. It's disappointing to have to say to you, the fans, that as of today, this is Friday the 21st, Ace and I have been denied a performance with Gene and Paul for our Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. Tickets go on sale on Monday, February 24th, and I wanted to make sure that the fans understood that no original performance in or out of makeup has been offered to us before they purchase their tickets. This is disgraceful, and I feel bad for the fans who are looking forward to the 4 of us being inducted together. God bless Peter Criss, the Catman. That's well said. And again, it's the fans. If you go read my article, if you go read my post, you'll see that it's all about the fans. We were there through thick and thin. We were the ones. The Kiss Army were the ones that surrounded a radio station in Ohio in 1975. We're the ones that were there. We're the ones that got you where you are. Through the good times and the bad. And now you're going to deny us the chance to see what we really want one time. Because you know that's all we really want. So, 2 days passed. Lots of negative backlash. Oh, yes. Lots and lots and lots of negative backlash. I was reading through the post on Paul Stanley's page before I unliked it because I was pissed. And wow. And everybody's saying the same thing. We got you there. You're not going to do this for us. That's horse shit. And it is. Look, Friday night after I heard it, I was tweeting as the interview was going on, giving the updates. So if you're not following me on Twitter, you should. Izzy_Presley. And I made a post on Facebook. Ace and Peter not playing with Gene and Paul. Or Ace and Peter not being allowed to play at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Gene and Paul, fuck off. Well, in my defense, I had a little Jack Daniels and some beer in me, so probably should not have been as harsh. And I'm not going to sit here and take shots at Gene and Paul. I could very easily. And I probably should. I mean, my biggest beef, other than this, is their hot wings suck at the restaurant. Fix your hot wings. Get real hot wings. What you have are terrible. They're horrible. Rock and Brews. Hope you're listening. Fix your hot wings. Kind of a hot wing snob. So anyways, fast forward to today. I wake up and I see posts. Are you happy now? They're not playing. I'm like, what? Do divulge the information. So, this comes off of Blabbermouth. Gene and Paul have released a statement, and I'm going to read that for you right now. To all of our fans, regards to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Out of respect, Ace and Peter's recent statements demanding a quick response to you, our fans. Our intention has been to celebrate the entire history of KISS and give credit to all members, which they would have. They were planning on giving credit to everybody, including present longtime members Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer, and additionally Bruce Kulick and Eric Carr, who have made this band what it is regardless of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's point of view. Although KISS has moved forward far longer without them, Ace and Peter are at the very foundation of what we have built, and this would all be impossible had they not been part of it in the beginning, which is what I've been saying. It's over 13 years since the original lineup has played together in makeup, and we believe the memory of those times would not be enhanced. Contrary to claims made through the media, we have never refused to play with Ace and Peter. I think that's a lie. Ace heard this from the hall. Peter heard this from the hall. Somebody had to tell the hall about this. I wonder who that was. We have spent 40 years dedicated to building KISS without quitting or wavering as a band, or as the band has moved forward with huge tours, platinum albums through different important lineups for 40 years to this day. Oh, wow. Today is the 40th anniversary of the band. Wow, I did not know that. Kiss has always been a band unlike any other. This is why we started Kiss. This is why we continue Kiss. Being unlike other bands also means making choices and decisions unlike other bands. This is understandably an emotional situation where there is no way to please everybody. Yeah, there is. There really is, and it's simple. To bring this to a quick end, we have decided not to play in any lineup, and we will focus our attention on celebrating our induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We are excited and looking forward to seeing you all on the KISS 40th Anniversary Worldwide Tour. So, of course, now they make this about the 40th Anniversary Tour at the very end of the statement. Well, this is the problem with this. If you really are about the fans, if you really are about us, the people that have been there for 40 years. I know Gene had said in interviews like last year, well, we have KISS fans that are 3 and 5 years old. Okay, there's a problem. KISS fans that are 3 and 5 years old who don't know who Ace and Peter are. We have fans in their 30s that don't know who Ace and Peter are. Well, I think that's a lot of horse shit. Look, Gene and Paul, this is the thing. We got you there. We got you there. We have stuck by you. Like I said, through the good times and the bad. There's people like me that were there. Yeah, I got into the band in 77 when I was 5 years old. So I haven't been there completely 40 years. I'm only 41 years old. Give me a break. When KISS was on the verge of becoming a club band in the 90s, after the Revenge tour, we were the ones that went to your convention tour, spending $100 to get in, and it was well worth it. Well, for my mom, she bought my ticket. You were almost done. You were on the verge of playing clubs, and you did some club dates, if I remember correctly. You were on the verge of that. That's what the band had become at that point. Nothing against the lineup of the band, because that was probably one of the best lineups they had. Eric Singer and Bruce Kulick. The Revenge record is amazing. A lot of people think it's the best non-makeup record, but that's a whole other discussion. We were there. We weren't the fly-by-night fans that, oh, they have a single on MTV, I'll go see them live. We weren't those fans. We were there. We bought everything. And then, who comes in to save the band? Who comes in to save the day? It was your idea. I know this. It's time for the reunion. It's time to bring Ace and Peter back. And do a tour, which turned into a record. And of course, there we were with our money falling out of our pockets, clamoring to see. People like me, I did not get to see KISS until the Hot in the Shade tour. I was too young. I almost saw them on Crazy Nights, but I couldn't find anybody to take me. I was a freshman in high school at the time. So I saw them on Hot in the Shade my junior year. It was a senior year. I don't know, one of the two. I'm old. Shit escapes my mind. So we were there. I was at the Revenge tour. I've seen you guys. I have given you so much of my money, and I know a lot of people have too. But that's okay, because I was supporting the band that I love, the band that molded me into the music fan that I am. The band that changed my life. I supported that. Farewell tour comes around. My last chance to see Kiss. Buy tickets right away. Well, of course, it goes on. Ace leaves for good because he thought it was a farewell tour. Peter stayed on and played with Tommy, and then after 2004, Peter was gone too. But the thing of it is, we were there through everything, the ups and the downs. We bought everything you put out in the 70s. And then when the reunion happened, the marketing machine turned back into what it was. And that's when you end up with shit like we have nowadays, like Hello Kitty Kiss. Yeah. That's when you end up with that shit. And the people that want that are your 3 and 5-year-old fans. Fans that have no idea what the band is. Or the history of the band. So now, you're not going to play at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame at all. Because, why? Because Ace and Peter wanted to come out and tell the fans that if you buy a ticket for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame show, you're not going to see the original Kiss. Which is why people want to buy tickets for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame show. To see the original Kiss. Well, now you're not going to see any kind of Kiss. I guarantee, unless they go back on their word, I guarantee this. They will get booed. Gene and Paul will get booed accepting their induction. I guarantee it. Because you backhanded the fans. You refused to give us what we want. And now, back to what I was trying to get into before, but decided to hold off. There's some people that think it's a work. That think it's just a ploy, and then they're going to show up like it's WWE and all be together at the end of the day to celebrate the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I guarantee there is no way, unless you have inside information, that I would like to hear if you do. But I doubt you do. I just don't think it's a work. I think this is the real deal. I mean, if it's a work, why would you piss off your fans this much? Because fans are livid. Fans are livid. And there's a lot of people defending Gene and Paul too, which surprises me. But the fans are livid. They are pissed. Because you're not going to give us what we want. The band that is about the fans is not going to give the fans what we want. And yes, I understand. You have every right to do whatever you want to do with the brand that is Kiss. Because that's what it is now. It's a brand. It's a business that goes and plays. They're weekend warriors now. It's a brand. You have every right to do what you want because you own it. You own all the makeup. You own it. You have that right. You also have the right to retire, which I know a lot of people wish you would do. I'm one of them. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I've still got the memories. I'm not going to put another dime. I'm not going to buy another piece of Kiss merchandise. Unless it's something like really cool on eBay that I have to have, something old school. I'm not going to go buy your new shit. Because you've backhanded me the last time. That's just the way it is. And now Trunk posted this tonight on his website. He tweeted it. This is a statement from Roman Fernandez. It's Bill Aucoin's former partner about Kiss being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I want to read this for you, too, because this is pretty cool. As soon as I can get to it here. Hold on, there we go. Roman Fernandez. Let's see, where are we? Okay. I'm going on record. I normally stand by the sidelines quietly watching the scrimmage in silence, but now I feel I have to speak up. My late partner, Bill Aucoin, bothered enough in 1973 to wager his entire career as a successful television producer and bet all the money he had, as well as money he didn't have, on 4 kids from the streets of New York. He unfortunately can no longer speak for himself on the subject of Kiss and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And if you didn't know this, Bill died a couple years ago. Bill Aucoin gave Kiss their start, as well as some of the best years of his life. Kiss would, in fact, despite all his other successes, come to define Bill in the eyes of millions of fans and in the eyes of the industry. An industry that had, to a great degree, didn't give Kiss the time of day when it mattered the most. No one did except for Bill, Sean Delaney, and Neil, and Joyce Bogart. All no longer with us except for Joyce. But Bill and I spoke about the subject on several occasions before he passed. Bill Aucoin was not the type to reflect and regret, and he harbored no animosity. But he was convinced that due to politics within the board of the Hall of Fame, the day would never come that saw Kiss inducted. I'm pretty certain he was okay with that. But Bill had been alive. But had Bill been alive to see the day it was announced that the group would indeed, despite every notion to the contrary, be inducted, might have been a nice parting gift for him. But it's done. He's gone. It could have just as easily been Gene, Paul, Peter, or Ace. But they are all still here. And I'm pretty sure this is what Bill might have said in the light of all this nonsense. And he has in quotations, unintelligible noises, because that's just how Bill was. I met Bill once. Very super nice guy. Look it. Find a compromise, put everything aside for one night, be the larger-than-life rock stars you know you are, and then onward and upward. Well put. I don't believe Bill would begrudge any reasoning for the band members feeling, however, they may about one another. But I also believe he would have recognized this as one singular night to put unresolved issues aside. Bill is no longer with us. If Paul, Gene, Peter, or Ace were not here, this conversation would not even be possible. Life is too short to waste such a precious opportunity. If for no reason, do it for Bill Aucoin, and for Sean, and for Neil. Love to all the members of Kiss, past and present, onward and upward, guys. I think that's well said, and I think that is exactly what us Kiss fans are trying to say. It's one night. Put your differences aside, swallow your ego, swallow your tongue, and get on stage and play with the 4 people who made this all possible. That's all we ask. That is all that we as Kiss fans ask for. I don't think that's too much to ask. But then again, I'm not in Kiss. I've never been in Kiss. I would love to be in Kiss. But I'm not part of the Kiss family. And that's another thing too. If you say all along that brothers fight and we are family, this is the time that family comes together. Do the right thing. There's a couple months before the show. There's a couple months before the induction, April 10th. So who knows? A lot could change in the upcoming weeks, and hopefully it does, because it's what the fans want. And I think Gene and Paul are finally going to see that. I hope they finally see that. It's what the fans want. Just give us that one more time. All right, I'm going to bust into a song, and this is Delta Rose. This is Delta Rose. The track is called Ain't Dead Yet. Turn it up. It is another fucking podcast.
Did you watch out? I wanna find a way inside of your back door. I don't need no couch, I will take the floor. Yeah. Beautiful women letting their hair down, cheating on their boyfriends, bad side of town, playing who's got the money to
That was Delta Rose with Ain't Dead Yet. Check them out. You can find them on Facebook, find them on Twitter, and I'm pretty damn sure you could find that song and the rest of their stuff up on iTunes and among the other places that you can actually buy music. Check them out. Very cool band, old school rock and roll. You know, I was going to get into other stories, but I went and checked Twitter. While I was listening to that. And seeing all the retweets of people kissing Gene and Paul's ass. Way to stick to your guns. I'm just all fucking worked up now. And I'm not going to rehash what I talked about for the first 40-some minutes of the show. I'm just going to walk away. Just going to walk away. I did have a lot of love on my tweet to good old JR about the Elimination Chamber this evening. Got some love on that. It's definitely the Wyatts and the Shield stole the show. That match was of WrestleMania type proportions. The rest of the show pretty much sucked. And the Elimination Chamber, of course, ended the way everybody thought it would. I thought Cena was going to win and headline WrestleMania again against Batista. But that didn't happen. No, the Shield showed up. Not the Shield. The Wyatt showed up, kicked the living piss out of Cena. Then he got pinned by Orton and then taken out. Eliminated. Gone. Which is good. Not that I'm going to be able to watch WrestleMania anyways because I'm going to be on a boat. I think that will be in the middle of the Cruise to the Edge. Yeah, because this... Oh, wait, no. Will it be? I don't know. It all rolls together. I'm not exactly sure on the date of WrestleMania, but I will be on one of the cruises at that time. So I will not have to sit through WrestleMania. And I will miss the return of CM Punk. No, it's not been confirmed by anybody. That's just when I think he's going to come back at WrestleMania. Anyways, that's just what I think. I just had to avoid myself from the Kiss talk, from getting all worked up and pissed off again. I did tweet at Gene, though. I told him I'm not going to take any cheap shots at you. But the wings at Rock and Bruce are fucking terrible. Fix them. That's all I said. I doubt that one is going to get retweeted. Not that it matters anyways, because I'm not going to spend a dime there. Not going to spend a single dime. Unless this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing happens and it's done right. And we know how to fix that. Ace and Peter playing with Gene and Paul for 3 or 4 songs, 2 or 3 songs, whatever. One song. Just give me one song, even if it is Rock and Roll All Night. That's all I want. I think that's all we all want. But we covered that. And I'm going to make like a tree and get out of here. Next week. Oh, cannot wait. Billy Vera will be in the house. Going to be a very, very cool episode diving into the history of his entertainment business. Cannot wait to talk to him. It's going to be very, very cool. In a couple weeks, on the 23rd, I will have DJ Will from Kanak. He was in the Anvil movie. He actually signed Anvil, if I believe if that's what he told me. We're going to get into all that shit too. Cannot wait to sit down with DJ Will. That's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, Hairball, March 1st, will be at the Medina. Or not the Medina, the Myth in Maplewood. That is right outside of Minneapolis, St. Paul. So if you're in the area, in that in that Twin Cities, Minnesota area, get there so good and go check them out. Don't forget, if you want to support the show, feel free. PayPal. TELWELL72@gmail.com. Send $1 a month. Send $5 a month. Send $10 a month. Send $100 a month. Whatever you want to send. You don't have to. I'm just happy you're listening. I'm just happy that I have listeners. That is all I'm happy about. I'm going to make like a tree and get out of here. I will see you next week with Billy Vera from Billy Vera and the Beaters and Billy Vera and the Big Band. It's going to be a great, great interview. I cannot wait. I will see you next week. I do love you all. It is another fucking podcast.